in the market for games right now, a lot of companies suffer from a sort of identity crisis, whereas they're trying to bite or copy other titles from other franchises to try to emulate their profound success that they found, to try to get some of that glory as well. This is a problem that I think anyone can really understand, especially with battle royales. This is the most prevalent there. Um, Anyone can understand that this is bad, and it kind of takes away from the original experience you should be getting when you're buying a new game or playing something new. And I'm not saying Rivals of Aether 2 is doing this, but I am saying that when I played this game, I didn't really feel like I was playing something new. And I think that's because of the influence of Melee upon this game is extremely heavy, and I think should be toned back just a tiny bit. I think the way the game's played is extremely reminiscent of Melee. I feel floaty. It's very stun-eccentric. It's very combo-eccentric. It's strings-eccentric. It's very Melee-esque. And it's good in a way that it feels nostalgic. I feel like a little kid playing on a block CRT TV. But um, it's also almost boring a little bit. Not that the game's, I don't want to say that it's boring, but the way that it feels playing is, I've already done this before in a sort of way. Which can be easily prevented, if very easily prevented, with content they bring in the future. Whether this game takes a turn for a more competitive standard where rules are changed and the game is played differently, characters are weaponized in different metas, new characters come out that shift the tide and make everything different. I really hope that happens because I feel like people are going to almost yawn at the fact that yes, this is a platforming fighting game. Hallelujah, we have one, but it is not so entirely new in a sense, Um, Lucky for me that this is the playtest. This was a beta. I got this free to play. All I had to do was sign up. I signed up about 2 weeks ago and I got access for it, and I'm very grateful for that experience. This is probably one of the only negative connotations I have for the game. I think this game's amazing. I really do. You can tell it's made by people who actually play video games. This is a game made by gamers, and I'm going to probably say that a couple more times throughout the video, but it is extremely true. This is a game made by gamers, and you can tell. There are things that the community in the fighting genre have complained about plenty of times in multiple different franchises and IPs, and this game takes care of them because they know that we as a whole have complained about it. I think there's so many great little niche changes and little ads and processes that the player can experience when playing this game that other fighting games that are priced at $60, 70 fucking dollars, AAA titles backed by billion-dollar, million-dollar corporations don't even offer because they don't care enough to think about what the player wants. They care about copying a formula to make a couple mil. Um, I think it's very, very, very obvious that this game is human made. I'm going to coin this term now because I think it makes a lot of sense, and I think people should look into it a little bit more. This game is human made, 100%. You can tell a human, blood, flesh, veins, everything made this game. This is not made by a corporate. This is not made by a shadow entity. This is not made by AI. This is not made by a robot. You can tell this game is made and cared for and loved by humans. And I can never ever ask for anything more, especially in a fighting game where it's so connected to you as a person. I know I just talked about the negative stuff about the game. I wanted to get that out of the way and off rip so I can actually talk about the meat of the game, what I enjoy about it. And what I want to start with is the training area. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's a Swiss Army knife of a fucking training area. You can see frame data. You can see button inputs. There's a fucking green screen option. Excuse me, what? Like, what the hell? There's a camera mode, and you would think it locks in 2D where you can, kind of change the perspective, get some cool little cinematic, front-facing shots. No, this bitch is 3D. 3D. That's fucking insane. The start of the video, I actually was playing around with the camera mode, and I took a bunch of 3D kind of little still shots of characters doing moves, you know, to create the intro. I made that in the game. I didn't use any, you know, engine or anything like that, or anything. I made those in the game, and I think that's fucking brilliant, and that's exactly what it's made for. I think the HUD options in the training area are amazing too. I could literally, you know, I could never be too picky. Like, I could take this off, only want this here, this here. I thought it's amazing. It's fucking amazing. Um, a grander part of the game. I think I love the uniqueness of every character. No character feels the same playing. Not only playing, but aesthetically in how they actually look. No character looks like another character. They are all their own entity, and I absolutely fucking love that. Smash suffers from this extremely. There are some characters that are unbelievably and undeniably the same as a character that's already in the fucking game. They're already in the game, and that's a waste of resources and a waste of time these devs are using making something that's already there. It's already, you know, established upon. Every character in this game is fucking unique, and I love it. They're also driven. They have their own personalities, and it's super easy to cling on to a character like I did. I loved Claren when I was playing her. I think she's brilliant. She's a very fun, unique looking character. And I'm sure a million other people can say the same about different characters in the cast. Um, I love the little nostalgia part when you're, you know, clicking a character. There's the old player tag system. If any of you remember from older, you know, platforming fighting games, you would have the little old digitized carrot of picking, you know, one letter by one letter for your player tags. That's in this game. I'm 100% sure that's a callback to that, you know, a reference to those things. It's nice. It makes me feel like, it makes me feel giddy, you know. It makes me like, oh, that's cool. It's a little nod right there. I think it's awesome. Um, I think the simplicity of the main menu is absolutely brilliant. For me, I never needed, you know, big, you know, explosions here, fucking big graphics here, colors, flashing lights, you know, Subway Surfers on the side here, like a fucking, you know, a Reddit story here. I didn't need any of that to try to focus on something, and I'm glad the main menu like sort of, you know, accomplishes that. I don't need all this flashing shit in my face. I want to know where to go and how to go, and, you know, how to go to it. I don't need all this other shit. I think it's great. Simplicity's perfect. A cool little feature that I noticed when I was playing is when you do get down to a one stock scenario where the game's, you know, neck and neck, it's really close here. The game's atmosphere actually fucking changes on a majority of the maps. I think it's the same. It might be different on a couple maps. I have no idea. But for the maps that I did have it happen on, the whole scenery got dark rather than, you know, if it was bright outside or whatever, and it started raining, which really set the tone for how, you know, fucking serious this 1v1 is, and I thought it was just a really cool niche little feature. I think the map banning is perfect as well. It really establishes that this is a competitive game and it's made to be played competitively. Map banning is fucking crazy for just normal pubs. I think it's brilliant. I think it's awesome. I just think that it's absolutely, you know, mad that we have map banning in a fucking normal pub game. I think that's great. I really think that needs to be established upon. That needs to be brought forward for other games. People need to copy that. The gameplay, just even in a more broad perspective, the gameplay feels great. I'm not, you know, getting stuck on stuff. I don't feel clunky. I'm not a robot. I'm not too heavy here. I'm not too light here. It just feels great. I feel, you know, perfect in a Nirvana type state almost. Picking apart the gameplay, neutral feels good. I feel like the exchanging of blows and, you know, using moves here, dodging here, shielding here, I feel like it's great. I'm you know, swiftly moving throughout the stage. I'm not getting stuck on shit. I think it's great. Even in the air, I feel fine. In Smash, I kind of feel a little naked up in the air. I feel like scared almost because, you know, there's juggling, there's this and that, and there's juggling in this game too. But I feel like I can protect myself just a little bit more. I feel a little bit more safe up in the air. I feel like the two unique features that I do really need to talk about here that set this game apart from other platforming fighters is getting up off of ledge specials. I think that's brilliant. It's genuinely game changing. It's great. It's a spin at the wheel. It really is. It's fucking amazing. I think they're well played out. They're not too gimmicky. They're not too, extravagant. They're not broken. I never really thought they were, any of the things that I would run into if someone get up special with me or I did it to someone else. I didn't really think it was unfair. I thought it was awesome. It's a very good change of pace. I also think that the pummel system, their own unique pummel system, is amazing. When you grab someone, and if you want to break out of it, it's no longer mashing. It's guessing the right input. Like, the one game that I can think that does this actually is For Honor, but instead of, for a grab, it's for blocking or parrying. For Honor is obviously different, but you have to basically guess the other person's direction with their triangle that they use of where they're going to hit. This game is quite similar in that way, where you have to guess what the other person is pressing for the pummel to go off. There's also pummel, attacks, unique pummel attacks, which is obviously fucking amazing. When you grab someone in Smash, you just beat them like 4 or 5 times or whatever, just a quick little animation, and then you do a unique throw for the direction. This game goes beyond that, and I think it's great that this game goes beyond it. We need more of that in a sort of way. And I think it's just brilliant. It's a great. I feel like a kid on Christmas getting the best present. This is the best present. And to coincide with what I liked about the game, which there's, obviously plenty more, I'm just trying to fit enough in for a video. I want to talk about what I think should come to the game, what I hope comes to the game at least. I think a tutorial is definitely due for this game. I think playing, especially in my experience, it took me 2 hours to even learn how to wall jump. I think that there's things that I didn't even know my characters could do for multiple hours into the, playing until I accidentally did them. I think there needs to be a tutorial that, picks whatever character off the roster that they want to choose, brings them into, a short little AI situation and teaches them what every button does and, all of the cool little unique special moves you can do with, that character, which would obviously correlate and cross over to all the other characters on the roster. Another thing I think that should be added is customization for your characters. I think we need more uniqueness as, picking a character. A lot of people, they love the artwork, they love everything, but they want to see it in different lights sometimes. They don't want to see the same thing all the time. Maybe they want it in blue, maybe they want it in red, maybe they want it in yellow, and I think that the 4 colors we have right now, or at least I think it's 4, we need more of that. We need almost more colors in a sort of way. I want, black, white, brown. I want, silver, gold, whatever. It doesn't even matter. I just want more of it. Whether that be skins, and that's how they monetize their game, and, they put a price tag on it, and they also do skins, which is completely fine. I completely understand. I'm going to buy this game when it comes out, no matter what, and I'm probably even going to go fund the Kickstarter momentarily after I'm done with this video. I want to support this game, so yes, I will buy skins. Of course, anyone would buy skins. That's what runs, cosmetics is what runs free-to-play games right now, especially, the big header, Fortnite. I mean, the whole thing is fucking, it's all cosmetics. The game is cosmetics, and, I hope this comes here too. Obviously, with no advantages, of course, that would be pay to win, and we don't want that direction. But, just cool little costumes. I think that's, it'd be unique. It'd spice up the game a little bit. I see you can level up your character when you're playing. I probably got to level 5 with Clarion before I had to go to work and do, whatever stuff with life. But I think that you should be able to unlock stuff as you level up. Maybe an icon, a title, a sort of color, maybe even a costume or whatever. I think it should give the people an incentive to, play these characters and level them up to get these unlockables. It definitely would give me an incentive, and I think that the pros or the devs would really benefit from this in a way. I think better controller support should come to the game for sure. I play on a PS4 controller. It's of course outdated. It's not the PS5. It is the PS4. But I played with it for majority of the games I do on Steam that are fighting games, and I don't want to switch, and I want to keep using it. I had to do a couple workarounds just to get it to work in the game, even though even though it should have just when I plugged in the USB originally. This is not, I'm not angry at all, obviously. I'm just saying that controller support needs to be more clear. Even when I'm on the playtest on Steam, it says that this game doesn't even support controllers, which is whatever. It's just a playtest. Obviously, I hope it's, fixed on release. I think that better controller support, because the more accessible the game is to people, the more people will obviously play and want to play with their certain, whatever ritual controller or, device they choose to use. I do think one thing definitely needs to be in place. This kind of coincides with the tutorial. You either do the tutorial or you do an infographic. Multiverses does an infographic. Smash does a tutorial and an infographic. The infographic should be... Multiverses does the tutorial as well, sorry. The sheet that every character gets should show every single move that they have in their kit and the properties of each move and how to do them. I think that's absolutely necessary because, like I said, there's moves that I had no fucking idea my character did till about, 4 or 5 minutes, or 4 or 5, hours into fucking playing the game. It was ridiculous. Not that pisses me off, I just think that it should be more upfront so people know when they look at these infographics, they know what they're getting into when they pick on this character. So it can help people establish mains quicker, it can help people choose things quicker, it makes, it kind of guides the lost in a way. But those are just the things that I think should be added. I think the game's great so far overall. To wrap things up, I kind of want to talk about the data I gathered when talking about and learning about this game and playing it. I went into the Rivals of Aether 2 Discord and asked if anyone was willing to do an interview with me to learn about how other people feel about it rather than just my own feelings on it. And I got a response back pretty quick by this person named Nemi. Thank you so much for allowing me to use this interview. Thank you so much for participating in it at all. Shout outs to you. They actually talked to me during this interview about, the feelings they have for this game and what they actually think about it. I gave them some normalized questions that didn't hold any, connotation of whether I felt it was positive or I felt it was negative. And I've just let them, free response these things. And I'm going to flash a couple pictures up of what they said on all of these different questions I asked. And you can see that people just want a fucking normal game. The thing Nemi asked for when I asked the final, question, the ender, what do you want to come to the game? Obviously, a no-brainer. Anyone could come up with something at least. This person, they wanted just customizable colors. Nothing extravagant, nothing crazy, customizable colors. And it really speaks to the whole rhetoric of the, average fighting genre player. We don't want something insane. We don't need a game-breaking, world-shattering event of a fighting game. We just want, at the end of the day, customizable colors. And so the second interview wasn't really texted, it was more thorough call. I wish I could take that back, but it's over now, so I will show you what the fuck I'm talking about. I just don't even have words for this. I'm going to wrap the video up now. Thank you for watching. If you have any opinions or any of your own takes, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Thank you for sitting through this is probably my longest video I've ever made, so yeah, I really appreciate it. I'll see y'all soon. So I saw you were in the Discord and you were playing the game. What are your favorite parts about it? What's good, what's bad, what are your thoughts, man?
So overall, I think it's great. I obviously think there's a lot of improvements. I will say that my favorite character is Craig. But I think it's good. I think it's a great basis for a game. Obviously, improvements. I like the gameplay. I like the mechanics and I like how there's cool features. Obviously, the controller stuff needs to be fixed. But personally, I think I love the artwork. I do have a picture of it pulled up right now because it's just, to me, it's just the best. I'm sorry, someone's calling me real quick.
What?